As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her clients' rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Y'all two grown people need to get your own house.
Right.
You had 7 years to have told him that. When we fight, who's gonna win?
You are.
I don't answer questions, I ask them.
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand.
Objective, independent justice.
I'm ready to rule. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Arthur Hernandez is suing Bruce Spiegelman in the amount of $1,250. Mr. Hernandez claims he was unfairly fired from a job as Dracula at a haunted house after he got stuck in a coffin, and says he's still owed his pay.
Mr. Hernandez, you are suing Mr. Spiegelman for $1,250 for breach of contract.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And you run a business?
Yes, Your Honor.
A Halloween scare house or something?
It's the House of Frights.
The House of Fright. How long have you owned the House of Fright?
This is we just completed our 23rd year, in fact.
23rd year. And where is the House of Fright?
Spiegelman's House of Frights is located in Helena, Montana.
Montana. And you say you've been there how many years?
23 years, Your Honor.
23 years. And does this House of Fright, is it year-round?
No, ma'am.
When is it open?
We open at the end of September and run through Halloween night.
Okay, so what is that? 2 months? Not even 2 months?
Not even 2 months.
Oh,
It's
1 month, the end of September to Halloween.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you can stay in business like that?
Well, I am full-time the drama coach and a member of the English department at Helena High School.
So how do you know the plaintiff?
Well, the plaintiff was, first of all, a student at Helena High School.
You knew him? He was one of your students?
He was a student at our high school, and he was a frequenter, going all the way back to his junior school days, of the House of Frights.
Oh, so you used to go to his place of business?
Yes,
the
Your
House
Honor.
of Fright, every year?
Yes.
So how did you first get involved with working with Mr. Spiegelman?
Well, as a middle school student, I would be a frequent goer as a kid.
Right.
And I just one day found him at the end of the Fright Night house.
Right.
And I had went up to him and asked him for a position. Of course, I was old enough by that point
Right.
at 16.
Right.
And he was very nice enough to give me a position.
He
as
gave you a
zombie.
job?
Yes, as a
And
zombie.
what was your job?
It was a zombie.
You were a zombie?
Yes. Then I became a ghoul and then a
A
mummy.
ghoul and then a who?
And then a mummy last.
Oh, then a mummy. How was he doing in all these roles? He must have been doing a good job.
And all these roles that he did while he was still in high school, he was excellent.
These were all high school roles?
Yes, Your
Started
Honor.
at 16,
Okay,
yes, ma'am.
and you would work just that 1 month period of time?
Yes, but each season of Halloween I would do it.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. So we're doing well.
Yes.
This is now what, 3 or 4 years in now?
5 years in
5
now.
years
Yeah.
in, what happened at year 5?
Now I am Count Dracula,
You're Dracula.
a prestigious role.
You've been playing this Dracula for how long now?
This is gonna be my 3rd year.
3rd year playing Dracula. Why did you choose him, of all people, to play
Because,
Dracula?
over the 3
He
years.
kind of looks like Dracula. How much are you paying for Dracula?
He gets $150 every weeknight and $250 every weekend night.
Oh, wow.
So he's making over $1,200 a week
Wow.
during those.
1,250.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's correct.
that's nice. And you have a regular job.
Yes.
What's your regular job?
Well, on top of that, Your Honor, I work at a mechanic shop. He knows about my day job, so
Right.
he knows I'm tired and it's really taxing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you should know that. I mean, you should know that if you're too tired and it's too taxing, maybe you shouldn't be Dracula.
And that's in his contract, Your Honor.
Do you have a written contract?
Yes, ma'am.
May I
we do.
see it?
We do.
Yes, may I approach the bench?
Here you are.
Oh, he's got
It's
a
the
copy.
same
It's
contract,
the
I
same.
believe. You'll notice that the 3rd provision of the contract instructs the plaintiff.
Let me read it,
All
because
right.
I was not provided it. Okay. All right. So you signed this contract, and you were playing Dracula. How long were you into the Dracula role before this incident occurred?
Fairly, maybe 2.5 weeks.
Two.
I didn't even get to do the last week before Halloween. That's when I had been let go and fired wrongfully.
Okay. So did you think he did a good job of this Dracula?
I think he was doing a good job as Dracula, although I did have many complaints about that I registered with him about his timeliness in coming to work.
Okay.
He
Did
was-
he discuss with you that you weren't coming to work on time?
You know, he briefly mentioned it every so often.
Every so often? Well, we only got 30 days of working. On those 2.5 weeks, how many times did he mention to you something about your being late?
Nearly every shift, Your Honor.
So almost every day.
Yes.
You're late every day.
Yes, Your Honor. But I deliver an amazing performance.
I know, but why is it important that he be on time?
We have in the contract a very specific call time for all of the performers in the house.
Right.
And that is 6:30.
Okay, and how late was he getting there?
He was generally 10 to 15, maybe even 20 minutes late. Several times I actually texted him and because it was becoming very late and asking him when he is going to be here. Some of these are as late as after 7 o'clock.
And the show starts at?
7:30.
At 7:30.
Everyone needs to be in costume.
Why
in
couldn't
place.
you get it together?
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
You wanted to take a nap because you were tired.
That is correct.
So you fell asleep and you woke up, and then what?
I woke up to Mr. Spiegelman over here wanting to drive a stake through my heart.
And later,
Because I didn't want the land service, some of the neighbors asked me to cut their lawn for them.
Okay. And you cut her lawn for
I
her
used
too?
to. Ever since the feud started, I decided to stop cutting her lawn.
Okay, so there's a feud going on?
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Arthur Hernandez, who is suing Bruce Spiegelman for breach of contract.
On the day of the incident, was he late, yes or no?
Yes, he was.
He was late.
About 20 minutes, though.
Okay.
I don't think
but
it...
the man was telling you every day, you have got to come here on time, Dracula. You
Yes,
sleep
Your Honor.
all night long,
Yes.
right? You sleep all night long. You should have had a lot of energy.
You know, Your Honor, it's a really comfy coffin.
It's what?
It's a really comfy coffin.
It's a comfortable coffin?
It is. It really is.
Okay.
Helps me get into character.
So what happened this night then?
So this night, I got there 20 minutes early, particularly just this night. I like to get into character, so I was in the chamber getting into the coffin, and I was a little bit early, so I decided to take a little snooze.
In the
because I was
coffin?
tired from work. Well, Your Honor, I was there 20 minutes early that day, so I
Right.
figured if I came from my mechanic job straight
Wait,
there,
wait, wait. Was he early or
No,
late?
ma'am, he was late.
just 20 minutes.
No, you said I was early. So now you know you were 20 minutes late, Dracula. And you, what, take a nap?
Just a little snooze
Right.
until the
It's
first
called
group
a
would
nap.
come in. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, you
technically,
took
yes.
a nap. Okay, and what, did you close the coffin?
Well, I was actually preparing to open it to scare the next group that was coming
No,
in.
but I'm saying, but when you decided to take a nap, you got in the coffin and closed it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
But why would you do that?
Because I just thought it was
You
the best
wanted
way
to
to
take
prep.
a nap because you were tired.
Yes. That's
Yes,
correct.
Your
Yes,
Honor.
okay.
Yes, that is correct.
So you fell asleep and you woke up, and then what?
I woke up to Mr. Spiegelman over here wanting to drive a stake through my heart.
How'd you find him?
We had been hearing throughout the course of the evening something about something odd in the house. And we got bits and pieces as people came out the exit.
Right.
Some of them would say, what an odd room. It had a coffin in it with a tombstone on it, but nobody was there. Others would say that, well, I thought I saw the coffin move a little, but wasn't there. And it wasn't until later in the evening when a group came out and said, well, the haunted house didn't have a Count Dracula.
Right.
And that's when we realized
Something was wrong with Dracula.
something was wrong in Dracula's room. Now, we have people flowing through the house constantly, so we can't just jump in the middle of the theatrical.
So how did you find him when you went to look for him?
So when I went at the very tail end of the last group through into his room, the coffin was closed. There was a very light plywood tombstone laying on it. We took the tombstone off, opened the coffin lid.
Who is we that took the tombstone off?
Me and Willie, one of our.
You and Willie.
Willie
took-
was a stagehand. who
Right. The
works
two
for
of
us.
you took this tombstone off
Well,
of
Willie
the
took
coffin.
it off. Willie, it's very light. It weighs. It doesn't weigh more than 20 pounds.
20 pounds.
Yes.
Okay. And he's inside.
He's inside. He's inside with his arms across his chest,
Right. Sleeping.
fast asleep.
Okay, so that's how you lost your job?
Technically, yes.
Okay. So every state in the United States is an at-will employment state, which means that an employer has the right to fire a person, terminate employment without a reason, except they can't discriminate, can't be discriminatory or retaliatory even, except the state of Montana. In the state of Montana, during the first 90 days of a person's employment, the employer can terminate at will, but after 90 days, an employer cannot terminate employment without some valid reason to do it. And so in this case, though, this is a seasonal job.
That's right.
Yes.
And in the case of Dundas versus Winter Sports, Inc., the Supreme Court of Montana carved out an exception in these seasonal cases that basically there's not enough room for a probationary period. And so he really could terminate you at will. But even if that weren't the case, I believe he had probable cause to terminate you even if you weren't seasonal. Because every single day he told you, you have got to stop being late, you have got to stop being late, you have got to stop being late. Dracula, you have got to wake up. You can't sleep in the coffin. You know, you've got to be, it looks like this man gave you a lot over the years. And at this point, sometimes that happens, you've taken advantage of that. I mean, you just turned your nose up at the fact that he said to you, I need you to be here on time. I'm ready to rule. Judgment for the defendant. Good luck to you both.
All rise.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
I think he'll be much better for this experience.
He was actually my inspiration and why I actually got into the field. So it's just something I'm pretty let down by.
Coming up,
Why is there a feud between the two of you?
He just was being very stubborn about, once I showed him the evidence,
Right.
you know, I thought he would be reasonable, and he was not.
And you were helping her by clearing her property without charging her.
you're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Anna Locust is suing Jerry Blake in the amount of $1,005.10. Ms. Locust claims she and her neighbors split the cost to remove a tree stump and says she later learned it was only on his property, so she wants her money back.
Ms. Locust,
Yes,
you are suing Mr. Blake for $1,005.10 based on a breach of contract involving a peach tree?
correct.
Okay, so you are neighbors?
We're neighbors.
How long have you been neighbors?
40 years. I was neighbors with his father way before he was even born.
Oh, okay. So you've been good neighbors
Great
up until this
neighbors.
time?
My husband, God rest his soul, he just recently passed, was best friends with his father.
Okay.
And my son grew up with him.
So you kind of grew up like a family together then, I
I
would
baked them a
think.
peach cobbler every week.
So what is this land? Is this farmland or?
No, it's just a neighborhood. We both have about an
Okay.
acre.
Okay.
And we thought this peach tree was like right on the
on the
property line.
Okay, so
half and
these are
half.
1 acre lots.
Yes.
They're very large lots.
Very large.
And sir, I'm gonna ask you this, is there anything dividing the lots?
Just a post we had pounded in the ground years ago by the surveyor.
Okay, so there was a post in the ground.
Yes.
And that supposedly was the marker that divided the property?
Yes.
And over the years, you never had any property disputes about, well, my yard ends here and I'm not gonna cut the grass past here? Like you never cut the grass past that marker? Or did anything to expand the property, build anything?
Because I didn't want the land service, some of the neighbors asked me to cut their lawn for them.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
just do it out of habit.
And you cut her lawn for
I
her
used
too?
to. Ever since the feud started, I decided to stop cutting her lawn.
Okay, so there's a feud going on?
Coming up,
This tree sits directly on the property line?
I decided to have the property surveyed. The line had been moved.
you're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Anna Locust, who is suing Jerry Blake for breach of contract.
What happened with the peach tree?
So it's about the peach tree removal.
Right.
It died from a lightning strike.
Oh, okay.
And then we had hurricane force winds and it toppled over. So it
Okay,
needed
and
to
where
be
is this
removed.
located?
North Carolina.
Okay. Do you have pictures of the tree?
Yep.
Yes.
Let me see pictures of the tree. Okay, oh, this is a beautiful tree. But this is the tree when it was full of life and peaches.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but it cracked and fell over, but the roots were still in the ground. So did we have an agreement, sir?
Right here.
The text messages represent the agreement you
Yes,
had
ma'am.
about how we were going to handle this tree?
Yes.
Am I to understand that this tree sits directly on the property line?
So I decided to have the property surveyed.
You decided to have a survey done.
And indeed, the line had been moved.
The red line is what you thought was the property line, ma'am?
Yes.
And the blue line is what the survey said the property line truly is.
Correct.
And it really wasn't on your property.
No.
Okay. Why is there a feud between the two of you?
He just was being very stubborn about, once I showed him the evidence.
Right.
You know, I thought he would be reasonable, and he was not.
Right. Why weren't you being reasonable as far as she was concerned?
Because my wife was helping her recover from hip surgery because she works as a nurse.
Okay.
And I do lawn care. I haven't been reimbursed for some of the work.
Your wife was helping her after she had had a medical injury,
Yes.
a medical surgery, and you were helping her by clearing her property without charging her. But she never paid you for that.
No.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
So the law recognizes what's called a mistake of fact. You both mutually had the same mistake of fact. And if a court finds that there's a mutual mistake of fact, we both were mistaken about this fact, about where the line is, the court can then void the contract we had, that we're going to split this in half. And that's what I must do, which means I have to find in favor of the plaintiff. But you know what, though? She's going to lose in the end, because I would have been smarter than her. I wouldn't have brought a lawsuit. I would have tried to figure this out with you because I'm by myself. My husband died. Your wife is a nurse. You're a big, strong man. If I had a dough falling off, I need a picture hung or something like that, there you are. Now, you don't have any of that, but you got $1,005.10. Wonder how long that's going to last you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. My judgment is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,005.10. Good luck to you both.
Thank you.
All rise.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $1,005.10.
Judge said I'll be sorry, but I don't think so. I'll fend for myself.
I thought she would have been nice and understood that I gave her a gift of care.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.